What's good, brother? It's your man. This episode is really just for you millions of subscribers that are just interested in me as a person. And I want to give you guys who have been following me for a bit some personal life update. And there's no agenda in this video. There's no desire for a lot of views. This is not a algorithm-friendly title for a video. I just have some things on my mind regarding America, the system, life, money, finance, travel, raising a family here in the United States that I want to share with you guys some recent updates that I've been experiencing. And I think that some of you millions of subscribers will really appreciate this and benefit from it. So this is for you, just for you. And I just want to say before I start, thank you. I love you with all my heart. I really appreciate you. I really do. It means the world that there are people that I can add some value to their lives. And in return, you've added a tremendous amount of value to me just by being a recipient of the things that I have learned in my life. And the only real reason I do this YouTube channel, these videos, is because it actually brings me a lot of fulfillment. Maybe it's a subtle, selfish fulfillment desire, a kick out I get out of seeing that my experiences in life can help people to some extent. So if that's you, I really appreciate that reciprocal relationship that we have. I don't actually read a lot of the comments on YouTube, to be honest, because I'm the kind of person that if it affects me more than I like, and I have to, at this point in my life, protect my headspace and my peace of mind a lot. And so I don't read a lot of the comments. I try to kind of keep away from it because maybe like one negative comment will throw me off for the next video, but I'd rather just be able to have consistent quality and content here on the channel and not be affected by emotions. It's not you guys, it's a me thing, of course. And so but for this video, I will read the comments. So if you want to ask me a question or whatever, update me about your life, I would love to read that and have some give and take with you guys. I will do that just for this video. So recently, in the last 3 months, I have gone through this tremendous story arc and process of concluding that I don't want to be part of the system anymore. And before you sense anything like I'm one of those guys, those gurus that's talking about the matrix and the system, that's not me. I don't listen to anything. You have to understand, I listen to nobody on the internet. I don't go on YouTube ever to consume content. I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on anything. So this is purely from my own observations and purely from my own experiences in life and how I'm feeling from my conscience. This is coming from my conscience, all right? So there you go. The conclusion of my process is I believe that we are in a giant system. And I'll explain why I think this. And I want nothing to do with it anymore. And it's becoming blatantly obvious to me that we are in a system. And it's surprising how few people actually see how we are being affected by the system, all of us. It's surprising that people don't see this, and that's what's shocking to me. A few months ago, I was going through the process of buying a house, and I was getting excited to buy this house and have my family live there, and this is the first time that we have bought an actual house, right? And because we've always rented, I've always believed in renting. Just it's a personal belief I have that I like flexibility and I like to be able to get up and move as quickly as possible, right? And so we were going to buy this house. The asking price is a little high for our area. And then I actually went through the process, and the pre-approval that we got for this mortgage was 8% interest rate. And then I actually looked at the math of how much of our monthly payments are going towards principal in the house and how much is actually going to the bank of this principal, of this interest rate. And I was shocked, disgusted by how much money is going to the bank at 8%. And I was like so discouraged and disheartened to the point where I was like, F this thing. Whatever this is, this system, this process through which humans are enslaved to their jobs to retire 65, 70, 75 years old just so they can have a mortgage and pay 8% on it out of the gate. I was like, I don't want anything to do with this. Now, you might disagree, and that's okay. But for me and my family, at this point in our lives, I was just like, it might be a good idea to invest in it. Sure, whatever, I don't care. But I looked at that and I was like, this is a goddamn system. There's a system going on that is telling us, let me tell you exactly what I believe the system is saying. It's not some matrix where there are literally people plugging us into some vat or anything like that. It's not what I think. What I'm saying is that there is a system designed to keep us and our attention as much as possible away from things that matter, the internal, faith, God, relationships, family, friends, love, connection. Keep us away from that. And as much as possible, keep our attention and focus on things that don't matter. Making money, hustling, being busy, status, go, go, go. It's this clear siphoning of our attention and our focus. This is not important. The internal is not important. Faith is not important. God is not real. And it's taking our attention and putting it towards shit that doesn't fucking matter. I'm sorry to curse. All the stuff that we focus our attention on, the stuff that we consume online, the stuff that we've been projected our entire lives as this is important. Go to school, go to university, get a loan, make money, get a job so that you can slowly pay off your loan and slowly save for retirement. And maybe at 60, 65, 75 years old, if you have enough money, you can finally retire and finally you can travel. Honey, I have talked to people in the retirement. I know without question that when people get old, they do not want to travel. They do not want to move. They want to stay in their house and they want to just live a life of frugality and just live a life alone. To me, I've changed my view on this. I believe that it is a waste of life to spend our youth, 20s, 30s, 40s, saving and saving and saving and saving and saving and saving and not living. I've changed my view on this. And this is coming from somebody that saved every penny I had in all of my 20s. I was part of the system. From the 21 years old, as soon as I started working in New York City, got my full-time job, until I was 31 years old, for a full 10 years in my 20s, I saved every penny I could. All of my income, at least 50% of my income, I was saving and I was investing in stocks, index funds, so that I had a nice retirement egg. I've been doing this for a decade, right? And as soon as I turned 30, I was like, you know what? I have enough money. I don't ever have to worry about money, retirement. I don't ever have to be concerned about it. And with that peace of mind and that nest egg, I can swing big in life. I can start a business. I can move if I want. I can quit if I want. I can do anything with I can take my family. We can go travel the world, no problem. I've saved a significant amount of money to the point where I can have the risk tolerance to do anything I want, right? And I'm not saying this, I never talk about money because it's not something I talk about. It's not a brag. I'm highlighting the fact that I used to be part of this system of save, 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 save. I'm grateful I did. I'm really grateful I did, because now, like I said, I'm in a place where we can swing big, we can take risks, we can have peace and not feel like we have to be enslaved to a job or anything like that. But to the point where it was making me scared and making me feel like this is the most important thing I do with my life. It was consuming so much of my time. I was constantly reading articles about how to save more, watching videos about how to invest. It was constantly consuming me. And so it shifted my priority in life from internal to external. From God, my family, raising my children, enjoying life. And it shifted to all you have to do is save, 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 save. Don't travel. Don't experience life. Don't enjoy it. This is what's important. This is what's most important. And that's the system I'm talking about. A shift in priority. Look at the culture around you. Look at your friends around you. There's a clear, evident shift from faith and family and connection to marriage, getting married, having children, to I don't need that. I'm going to put that off until I'm 30 or 40 years old before I actually start to consider marriage, relationship, a wife, and having children. Whereas before, just 50 years ago, 100 years ago, all of history, my friend, has been the only thing people had done throughout all of history is you wake up, you do your work in whatever trade you're in, you work hard, you come home to your family, you raise your children well, you teach them values, you teach them about God, and you pass it on. And that was life. That was life. And I believe that that is what God designed us to do, is just live a simple life. That is, you get up, you work hard, you don't put meaning to your work. It doesn't have to be life-changing. Of course, sure, you can pursue life-changing things and world-changing things, but not everyone has to have a world-changing job. Don't we need trash people? Yes. Don't we need coaches? Yes. Don't we need construction workers? Oh yeah. Don't we need doctors? Yes, we need all of it. But to think that everyone needs to have meaningful work, a meaningful existence where they're changing the world. Otherwise, if you're not, you're a piece of shit and you're wasting your life. No. You can make meaning in any work that you do. Any work that you do. Because what is truly meaningful, actually? If you break down what does the word meaningful mean, if you ask me, a meaningful life is a life that is based in connection, in love, and real relationships and friendships and family. And if you can create that environment in any type of work you do. Just the other day, I was walking down the streets in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, and I saw two people blowing leaves on the side of the street. They're just blowing leaves, right? And they have smiles on their face, right? And they start blowing their leaf blowers at each other's faces like a little plate. These are grown-ass men, right? In downtown, I was like, that's a good life. That's a good job. You can just go around blowing leaves, whoo, go to the next neighborhood, whoo, with your buddy. You spray each other with some leaves sometimes, and you go, oh, I got you, and then you spray each other back. And then you go home. That's your work. That's your job. And for some reason, we're delusioned into thinking that you can't make a full-time job doing that. Yes, you can. It's a government-paid job, these people. It has good benefits. They work full-time. It's simple. It's exercise. They go home. They take care of their family. They raise their kids, teach them good things, take care of their wife, pay the bills, and life goes on. There's no anything. And the only reason we feel that we have to hustle is why? Because we are part of the goddamn system. We're part of the system. The system that is telling us we need to focus on other things. It's everywhere around you. It's insidious. And as soon as you open your eyes, you will see it, my friend. I promise you, you will see it. And I guarantee that it is everywhere. And it is subtle. It's everywhere. It's in the stuff you consume online. It's in YouTube, actually. YouTube, part of the system. YouTube, I love you, kind of. I have a love-hate relationship with YouTube. Is trying to keep you on the platform as long as possible. As long as humanly possible. Do you think YouTube and Google have your best interests at heart? Think about it for a second. Do you think that Meta, TikTok, have your best interests at heart? It wants you to be mentally healthy, strong, and have integrity. No, because if it did, it would say, get off your goddamn phone and go outside. That's what it would say to you. It doesn't do that. No, it is fully incentivized only to keep you on their platform as long as possible. That is their number one priority. Does that sound like an organization, company that you want to be associated with? It's not just Google, guys. I'm pointing out one massive big tech company that has the character traits of almost every company around. Every store, mall, shopping mall that you go to. Their number one priority is to keep you a consumer, is to keep you as long as possible wasting your time on things that don't matter. That's their priority. And the reason I'm sharing this personally from my heart is because I want nothing to do with this system. I have blocked all access to all social media, period, including YouTube. There's nothing that has my attention anymore. because I refuse to be part of the system. And we're going a little bit political here. I'm not a political person, I must say. I never grew up voting because never had interest. My parents are both immigrants. We never had any political conversations in our household. Japanese, British immigrants. And I am now a little bit political. So I'm not going to get into political territory. But I will say, on a personal level, I do not believe that my government in the United States has my best interests at heart. I don't believe it. I do not believe that the number one priority that the government, I'm not going to say left, right, center, whatever, has my health and my family's best interests at heart. I think their number one priority is profits and power. And when you look at the system, which I was doing when I was trying to buy this house, I was like, the government can literally, they can raise interest, they can raise inflation, they can print money on demand. That does not sound like a system that I want to be part of. And here's the thing, because we consume this stuff and we live in this world of the internet, we think that the only way to live is inside the system. We feel like we need to be part of the system. We actually don't. All the stuff that we do that is part of this system that we're talking about is all optional. It's all 100% optional. I can not use any of these companies, and I in many ways have detoxed all of these big tech companies. We can, in many ways, live a very minimal life, a nomad life, if you will. You can live in a tent if you want. I was in Hawaii a few years ago, Honolulu. There are people that live outside in the streets that are technically homeless, but these are like normal, average people and families. They call themselves houseless, by the way, not homeless, because they have community. Of course, I don't think you should do that. I wouldn't do that. You can if you want. Actually, why not? It's like, if you're gonna be homeless and you have sanity in you, why not go to Hawaii and like do it with other individuals? Of course, you have to be responsible and get a job and do that, but to say that we are trapped in a system because we can't get out, because we need a mortgage, because we need our phones, because we need XYZ, it's all fallacy. There are billions of people around the world that you don't know about, that you don't have access to, that are living perfectly happy lives out in the boondocks, out in their tribes, out in the world. And you think that it's all a system and there's no way out because all you consume is this stuff. All you consume is your phone. All you know is this little world of what you see on the screen and TV shows and on the internet. But the reality is that most of the world, billions of people around the world, are living simple lives. Simple lives. They get up, get their leaf blower, get in their truck with their buddy, go to a neighborhood, blow their leaves, blow another person, have fun. You go to home, take care of your family, teach them important things, go to bed. It's a simple life. Here's the catch though. The more we can minimalize our lives to do that lifestyle, the happier we will be. The happier you will be. Happier, my friend. And the system is trying to convince us that happiness, true happiness, is only accessible when you have money. It's only accessible when you have stuff. It's only accessible when you hustle, go. And happiness is not important. It's not important. That's what it's saying. It's not important. You don't need happiness. But the people that are the happiest in the world are the simple people. I believe these construction workers, leaf blowers, whatever, I think they are the happiest people in America. I will say that. Happiest people in America. And the people that are, quote unquote, the most successful, right? They always say, like, oh, the Asians are so successful. They're the most, they make the most money. Indians, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans. Do you think they're the happiest in America? No, they're not. I am one of them. By the way, I am that minority. They're not the happiest. I know so many people in America. They're not happy. The happiest people in the world are the simple people. Construction workers, labor workers, stay-at-home moms. Happiest people in the world. Hard, yes. I didn't say it wasn't going to be hard. But with hard work comes satisfaction. Guaranteed. With hard work comes a sense of fulfillment, and I accomplished something. My body is exhausted at the end of the day, All I want to do is sleep. I don't want to goof around online. I don't want to watch porn. I don't want to go on social media or play video games. I just want to rest because I worked hard and I want to rest. I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to go to my work. I'm going to come home. I'm going to take care of my family and I'm going to rest. That's a simple life. That is how God intended us to live. So the entire conclusion of this story arc, my friend, is that I have decided to leave America with my family. I've decided to unplug from the system and go somewhere else. I have traveled all over the world. I've lived in many countries for years. I've lived in Japan, Korea. This last year I traveled to Europe, many different countries. And what I have observed is that when you take yourself out of the system, out of the busyness of life, to more remote parts of the world, then your perspective changes. Your attitude changes. You lose this sense of urgency. When you unplug from the internet, first of all, and then number two, when you go somewhere that is not have the vibe and environment and energy of hustling and making it and getting shit done, but it's just simple. Just simple. If you go to those remote areas of the world, you will notice a decrease in your stress. And that's what I noticed when I traveled a lot this last year. It was the happiest time of my life to take my family to go to Korea, get an Airbnb for 2 weeks, and just chill. Happiest time of my life. You could say that that's because we were on vacation. No, I was working the whole time. But I was happy because the environment I was in, mountains, friendly neighbors that want to see you, drivers that are patient, not angry and upset. And that's what you get when you go out into the country, in the boondocks. So I've decided to go to Europe this summer for 2 months with my family. I've decided to take them there because I've seen parts of Europe that I can't unsee. I've went to Budapest, Hungary. I've been to Poland, Krakow, Poland. Those countries in particular are very appealing to me because they're predominantly Christian, very Christian countries. They have great work ethic. There's a priority on marriage, marrying young, especially in Hungary, and having children young. That's the person I am, and those are the people that I want to associate with and connect with. That's the culture that I want to be part of. America is not my place, at least in the area that I live. That's a caveat I want to add here. There are many parts of America that are not as busy as where I live. This is like downtown Raleigh, capital North Carolina. It's kind of metropolitan, big city, not super big. But as you go anywhere in any direction, drive an hour, 2 hours, you will find really a more peaceful countryside environment. Any part of America. Most of America is really just peaceful. And so I will give that to America. I think that I am privy to this culture and observations because of where I live. But America is not really for me. It's not for me. I married when I was 18 years old. I had my first child when I was 22 years old. That's the person I am. That was my choice because I think that's the most important thing in life. And so the people that I associate with in America, that I go to work with or that I see or I communicate with, play volleyball with, that's not what they care about. They look at me and they go, damn, you're 18, you got married? Damn, 22, how many kids you have? 3. What? What's wrong with you? That's not a black impression, by the way. That's just that was just the accent that came out of my mouth. I grew up in a black neighborhood, so that's kind of like my default persona is like a black dude. Anyways, love you guys. So I've decided to detox America because it's not my place. I'm not happy here. I've tried to live in it and be like, this is my country, I want to save it. It's a piece of shit, yes, but this is my country and I want to save it. I've tried that my entire life because I've been an astute observer of American culture my entire life. And I've tried to just say, like, I love this place, I want to save it, I want to save all the people. And on a good day, I can do that when I'm happy, but when I'm having a bad day, all I see is like, this is degeneracy all around. Like, just look around here. I can see it on the faces of people. I can see it in the way that people dress and act and walk and communicate. I can see it everywhere. When you open your eyes to this system, you will notice it everywhere. In the way people dress, the way people act, the way people talk. It's everywhere. It's insidious. And so I can either stay here and learn to love it, or I can leave it. Because I have been living with it and hating it, which is not an option. Guys, there are 3 options in any difficult situation. Any situation you find unpleasant, there are only 3 options. Live with it and hate it, live with it and love it, or leave it. Most people will always choose to live with it and hate it. And that is an unacceptable, intolerable existence. If you live with it and you hate it because you are just angry all the time, unsettled. And so all you can do is learn how to live with it and love it, not accept it, but love it. Look around me and say, I love America. Yes, we're not perfect. So am I not perfect, but I love these people. Your coworkers, your school, whoever, your family. You can live with them and hate them and stew and brood and fume and say, I hate this. Or you can say, this is not ideal, but I love them. And I will do everything I can to the day I die to love them. And do everything I can to help them. Not with anger, not with frustration, not a hint of disappointment, but only because I love them. That's the opportunity you have. And the other option is to leave it. Third option. So I've decided it's time to leave America. Well, it's temporary, 2 months, 3 months maybe. And I think by the end of this process of leaving it, one of 2 things will happen. Either I will realize that everywhere is the same. Everyone is in pain. And I'm just trying to escape something that is in me. And I'm the problem, actually. I might realize that. It's kind of like a grass is greener on the other side system, where because I'm here, I always think it's better somewhere else. And I might realize that everyone's the same. Who knows? And the other alternative outcome is maybe I will live somewhere and be like, wow, I'm happier. I'm just really happy to live a simple, nomadic life where I just work hard. I don't have to put meaning to my work. Just work hard, take care of my family, go to bed, do the same thing the next day, teach on good, faithful, godly principles to my children, and that's it. That's life. And that's the simple life that I want, and I believe that that's how happiness comes about. But that's only possible when we see that we are clearly part of the system, and we detox all of it, eliminate all of it, as much as possible. All the things around you that you think are that you believe are part of the system, that are trying to get your attention and take it away from you, away from things that matter, towards things that don't matter, delete all of it. Eliminate all of it, because it's all trying to enslave you. That's a stronger way to say it. It's all a slave system. So, it's an abrasive term, I know, but I believe it's true. I think we're in a slave system. They keep us working. They keep us hustling so that others can make a profit. Think about it for a second. These social media platforms, their incentive is for you to keep your attention on them so that what? So that they can entertain you? No. And so they can make a profit. Simple as that. They make profits. You don't see how they make profits because you just watch videos. They make profits through advertising. They make profits through you spending more time on their platform. Period. Done deal. That's their number one metric of success. I'm not saying they're evil. Maybe I am. I actually don't think they're evil. I think that they're just algorithms that are curating what we think is interesting. And so we are feeding the algorithm. We are creating the algorithm. If we weren't interested in porn, porn wouldn't exist, for example. If we weren't interested in hateful news and dark news or whatever that's going on in the world, it wouldn't exist. Wouldn't exist because they wouldn't publish it. So from their standpoint, I understand if they're gonna get a lot of views for something, they're gonna keep posting about that content because it gets views and makes profit for them. And then they go, oh, that worked. Let's do it again. Because we're feeding the algorithm. We are the algorithm. And so we've got to end it. You have got to end it. You have got to end your relationship with porn, because porn doesn't need to be part of your life anymore. It doesn't need to exist at all. It's pure self-centeredness, pure, you could say, evil. It's time to get rid of it. This has been a 30-minute raw talk with you guys. Just an update on my life. I don't know what I'm going to title this yet, but it's just for you. So I really love you to death. As a present for your contribution, I would like to give you something, but I don't know what I'm going to give you because I just started thinking about this. I'm going to drink this drink for you. LaCroix, sponsored by LaCroix. No, not at all, but I love it. You can have my credit card if you want. Here, on my credit card. You can copy my number, it's right there. Yep. And spend it on whatever you want. Love you guys, take care.